Suna already taking control. Market lockdown. Stabbing and crashing down. Axing through the door. But it will be post-plant. The spike already planted. And our Hot Thots need to get up close and personal with these classics, with these pistols. And make a real go at this. Now the utility really starts to drive in. Hot hand thrown down, trying to cordon off areas. The dark cover's also been put into play. Dicey up close with the Ghost is just shredding through heads.
Tree position as a lot of his team is setting up outside this A side. There it comes. It won't quite hit the mark. Scoob with a nice little counter flash. Not quite going to land the mark, however. But he is buying a little bit more time for a rotation. He's getting some assistance now as well.
Time running dry. 12 seconds. 100 Thieves need to get in. Suna able to heal up from that low HP before and then goes in for a second. They still get to get the plant down, but they're putting it in amongst the smokes. And Hiko goes in onto Tony. 2 kills came back in the blink of an eye. It all falls to Polar Bear on breach. We'll be throwing in the fault line. Dewey's really nothing apart from alert. At least gets the first kill, only the 5th as we move into round 5. But Dicey straight back using the smoke. The dark cover of Omen against him. Scoob already deciding, screw this, I'm just going to rush straight round the back and see if I can make something special happen with my teammate pushed up on the heaven area. But they've already lost control over the site. That much has already been established. Now the spike gets planted. And Hot Thots in a position where they're all clumped together at the top of the site. Owl Drone will be spotting a couple of them. Steel waits, big headshot, but a great paranoia tossed in return. Shock dart on top of it will see Scoob off and keep the remainder of 100 Thots. Oh, pardon me, Hot Thots.
That's a lot of thoughts, Vince. Maybe
too
many thoughts. Yeah.
They need all 100 of them right now to take this side because they are being obliterated. And it's Hiko with a 4K.
And take duels at mid. The problem is they didn't really get that much from it. In fact, Dicey was able to play around the smoke and catch a kill on an aggressor B link, and that left A site vulnerable. In combination of the lockdown, 100 Thieves just really had their way with the site, and then a good use of, Omen's utility as well as the drones. It really kind of stopped that A heaven retake in its tracks. And now Dicey here with the operator is going to pick up on that A aggression. Steel with the follow-up, so bodies are hitting the floor well and truly here from the Hot Thots.
Now 100 Thieves moving into position. Drone out to try and find some info. There's a chance for a brief moment the Polar Bear could maybe thread the Sheriff one tap, but instead it will be a flawless clean sweep round. 100 Thieves already taking full middle control with 2 hiding in the marketplace. Killjoy in Steel now being a real pain in the backside, forcing Hot Thots to peek out, protrude around the corner. Nitro takes off the head of Polar Bear. And now Steel on only 34 HP, trying to make moves. Tony deals with him and tries to go in for a second, taking tons of damage through the dark cover. And Scoob elsewhere is picking off players, so there is a chance that maybe Hot Thots can get their second.
Yeah, they've done a really good job adjusting to that lockdown, and while they had to lose control of market because of it, they were able to still entrench themselves on the site, and we haven't really been able to see 100 Thieves break through. Nitro does go good for 1, but Ozo is really quick to respond, and he keeps that man advantage for his team here as Hiko and company using the shotgun trying to clear out this backside. Scoob, though, steps out with the operator, leaving Nitro all by his lonesome here. He's being tagged up in the back. He's trying to use that smoke to try to push closer to that mark position to get the 1v1 with the Cypher, but he's going to lose that duel.
Tony has been really impressive to me, but hold that thought for a second as we're going to get hot and heavy straight off the bat. Leah tossed in, run it back, also depletes. But if information was called, and I didn't hear a Rolling Thunder thrown in amongst all of that as well. Seemed like a lot of utility and some ults were tossed into the mixes. Hot Thots trying to establish dominance outside of the A site. They do have the first pick, but now Steel coming in. Scoob takes him down. Headshot with the operator. Ozo Scoob goes in for another one. This is much better from Hot Thots. Now we're starting to see what these guys are capable of. They were eerily silent and suppressed to the early stages.
These are looking to do something heavy-handed at A right off of the rip.
1-4 trade right off the bat, but it is Tony who feels like the main man on Hot Thots that has fallen alongside Steel. Now Asuna tries to pick up the mantle, going through on the catwalk area towards A again. We saw most of those early rounds mainly designated on B, but it seems that 100 Thieves have decided A is the site that they should be painting that bullseye on.
And Sova knows it now. Like, the enemy Hot Thoughts player is already droned outside B. He's able to call for his teammates to just go ahead and entrench themselves with their 3 players on A, and even Sova's now cheating through spawn. So they're going to be in great positions to deal with this attack, Vince. And that paranoia did not hit the mark. Polar Bear is still safe on Heaven.
Curveball being lined up, tossed in from Phoenix. They look for the retake, but Dicey and Nitro are there to greet them with their Vandal and Phantom. But now Polar Bear, he's had a bit of a slow start in this best of 3, but he's stepping up from the ruins of potentially a 2-0 loss. Shock Dart out. Nitro still standing with full HP, catching KDS out in the open. A one-on-one falls upon him. Flashpoint is good, masking the footsteps, but Nitro still holds his ground.
Use Killjoy's utility to kind of just anchor A, and they're going to look to get aggressive off the catwalk, it appears.
They tried to get aggressive last round, didn't work out for them. Fault line followed in from a curveball, and now Scoob comes in with the first kill. Again, he's not slowing down anytime soon, but now he's been derailed by Hiko. Shock Dart out, tagging Polar Bear. Changes up his angles. Post plant falls into position as the spike goes down. And with 100 Thieves fully investing in this, being in a 3v4, I wonder if they do fully try to go in for this round, or if they keep their options available into the next. They have a vast lead. They don't need to rush into anything. They don't need to give these guns away.
No, I think that you just kind of roll this over into the next round and try it again, right? I mean, you basically just, you know, take your L here, maintain that Marshall, maintain some of the upgraded pistols, and just try to pose a threat in the next round. So they will have to concede this. The force didn't quite pay off. Again, that shows you the power of having the Phoenix flashes on those B burst type plays. Obviously, it was, you know, low firepower for 100 Thieves to defend with, but it can be so effective. But look at Nitro making this round expensive here. Gets all of them based off the spike explosion. Actually set in, but also Steel fragged his heart out there. I mean, it looked like Oza was going to bust that wide open with that spawn take, but then Steel responded in kind and made that one a 100 Thieves victory instead, as we are going to see Hot Thoughts now taking full control of middle and pressuring that market position. Hiko just playing back from spawn. Again, they're just kind of giving this area up, and this is giving a lot of room for Hot Thoughts to work with here. They're also pressuring Tree as well with their Omen.
One of the slower rounds that we've seen to date, though, Dust, it has been frenetic and chaotic for the bulk of our regulation, and here comes the Owl drone to have a quick look. Spots Phoenix round the corner. Information has been attained. What do 100 Thieves do with it, though? Tony hiding in the dark cover, seeing if he can maybe get the first pick, but it's going to be Scoob again. Instantly traded back from Steel's perspective. Wall is put down allowing Scoob to just change up his angle to the other side instead. Try and catch off guard, and now
the split's well and truly on.
Deployed. Yep, the split is looking good. They're rushing onto the site. Last bastion of hope is Dicey. He had a phenomenal first map. Can he go huge here? 30 seconds to go. Dicey waiting patiently for the play to come in, but Ozo takes his head clean off. Eco now with the Hunter's Fury is putting it down range, but hasn't really done too much. Nitro doing damage in the meanwhile with the Phantom, though, brings it back to a 3-on-3, but Hiko is so low on HP.
Indeed, he is. Nitro trying to approach here from market side, trying to choose his angles here. There's one player just below him. He now knows that the spam didn't quite work out. He catches Ozo pushing and knows where another is. This could really be harmful now for the Hot Thoughts, who now are going to see their last player isolated alone in the site.
KDS goes down. Pardon me, it wasn't Hiko that was low, it was KDS. Only 6 HP to his name. He gets picked off. A successful defuse of the spike comes in. And 100 Thieves take a 4-round lead, just too shy of progressing to the next stage of the qualifiers.
Yeah, Nitro doing a good job pushing Steel off with that flash. Again, the problem is because they allowed Asuna to get control of Wine, this really freed up everyone else to rotate where they need to be to handle this type of mid-pressure. Now Dice is even on the complete flank through market. That's a good rolling thunder, but Nitro able to kind of teleport his way out of it for the most part. Now the lockdown's in play.
Oh, the lockdown! Certainly Steel slamming the door in the face of all of Hot Thoughts, gets the sledgehammer out and batters them. Blunt force trauma.
These are back in control. So we are going to see, you know, a pretty A-heavy attack to kick things off here from the Hot Thoughts. They do get Orb. They're setting up to try to take in this direction.
Cover going out.
Could be the final play of our best of 3. Steel, dark cupboards, into the corner. This position will be safe, but it also does give up a lot of real estate elsewhere. Main being aggressed on. Hunter's Fury doing damage, finishing off Nitro. That's a huge scalp to take, and now they can start to spin and pivot out into the site, spilling into the face of all the 100 Thieves. But Steel's position, which had gone unchecked, now comes back to sting against Scoob. He is changing up his angles. He's trying to get up close. He's trying to spray more down, but the Spectral will be his demise. KDS sprays in with the Phantom. Eco has the right idea, just the wrong position. And he is now the last man standing. Gets hit by the shock dart. Oh, he sprayed down. It will be the way of 100 Thieves. They take it 13 seconds.